Parallel Program Challenges. Part A. How to avoid data races. Answer. It can be hard to identify data races. Avoiding them can be very simple. Make sure that only one thread can update the variable at a time. The easiest way to do this is to place a synchronization lock around all accesses to that variable and ensure that before referencing the variable, the thread may acquire the lock. Define mutex. Answer. The simplest form of synchronization is a mutually exclusive lock, mutex lock. Only one thread at a time can acquire a mutex lock, so they can be placed around a data structure to ensure that the data structure is modified by only one thread at a time. Example, placing mutex lock around access to variables. Int counter, mutex lock mutex, void increment function, open brace, acquire ampersand mutex, counter plus plus, release of mutex, close brace, void decrement function, acquire mutex, counter minus minus, release mutex, close brace. Define critical region. Answer. The region of code between the acquisition and release of a mutex lock is called a critical section or critical region. Code in this region will be executed by only one thread at a time. Compare spin locks and mutex lock. Answer. Spin locks. Spin locks are essentially mutex locks. Mutex locks. Simplest form of synchronization is mutex lock. Spin lock. A thread waiting to acquire a spin lock will keep trying to acquire the lock without sleeping. Mutex lock. Acquire the lock after sleeping. Spin lock. Advantages. Spin lock is that they will acquire the lock as soon as it is released. Mutex lock. Disadvantages. A mutex lock will need to be opened by the operating system before it can get the lock. Spin lock. Disadvantages. A spin lock will spin on a virtual CPU monopolizing that resource. Mutex lock. Advantages. Mutex lock will sleep and free the virtual CPU for another thread to use. Spin lock. The thread attempting to acquire the mutex spins for a short while before blocking. Mutex lock are implemented by a mutex lock or implemented to be a hybrid of spin locks. Held for a long period of time and continuing to spin for a long period of time. Hardware resources that could be better used in allowing other software threads to run. Mutex lock. Most mutex lock are held for only a short period of time. It is quite likely that the lock will quickly become free for the waiting thread to.
Please subscribe our channel for more videos and educational contents.